GCMMA guys coming to you this week with our UFC 307 Pereira versus Rountree predictions. Boys, we know this is a UFC channel, but just go on record and drop in the comments below who you think is going to win the World Series, because like that shit's coming up and I fuck with baseball too. I don't know if anybody else watches it, but I feel like there's not like really a clear winner right now, maybe besides the Dodgers. So I'm just curious to see that. What is everybody's World Series prediction?
Yeah, first fight on the card, boys. We got two cans at this point in their careers. We got Tim Means, the Dirty Bird, versus Court McGee. And I don't think I ever thought I would say this, but I'm picking Tim Means. Court McGee is fucked. The Crusher.
Losing Alex Morono.
Getting KO'd by Matt Brown.
And Jeremiah Wells. Oh my god.
Yeah, bro.
Alright, guys. Once again, Operation Fade Court McGee
is in full effect once again, boys. Moving on, we've got a fight.
Hold on. I got more to say about that.
Okay.
Guys, like Tim Means, like he's old. These are basically two old heads fighting. But I did really fuck with Tim Means, even though it was against Andre Fialho. He was throwing like combinations, even when he was getting rocked. He was like throwing his hands up and then like throwing some shit. Like he's definitely still has the fight in him. He just got knocked out because he was fighting Uros and Medics. Like you can't expect him to not get knocked out against him. But I feel like against Court McGee, he might beat that idiot the fuck up.
Yeah, like Court McGee he's just here to get a paycheck. He doesn't care about winning the fight, and as soon as things are going south, he's going to give up easily. So, fade his ass at all costs. We got OSP versus Ryan Spann. This fight was supposed to be on a couple cards ago. I don't know, but it had to get rebooked. I'm still taking Ryan Spann.
Yeah, guys. I mean, just because OSP beat Kennedy and Jechiku doesn't mean he's on like some new run or some shit like that. Ryan Spann's not that great. He got knocked out against Guskov, got submitted by Nikita Krylov, and by the way, is finally fucking fighting again. Just because he lost to those guys doesn't mean he's going to lose to a 40-year-old OSP. Like, I just don't think that he's going to be able to lock in the Von Flew or the Von Prue choke to get Ryan Spann out of there. So I just honestly see Ryan Spann knocking his ass out.
Yeah, and I have faith in Ryan Spann to survive on the ground if it goes to the ground, and if it's on the feet, OSP stands no chance, boys. 41 years old, I just cannot pick you anymore. Or
God bless him.
Yeah, God bless his soul. He needs to start thinking about retirement and his like kids' tuition and shit. But next up, we've got Alex Hernandez versus Austin Hubbard.
Guys,
fade Alex Hernandez.
If this isn't the fucking lock.
Yeah, if this
Alex Hernandez is one of the shittiest fighters I've ever seen throughout the UFC. This guy was in the UFC a year before I started watching it religiously, and I've literally seen him win one fight like since I've watched him in the UFC. The entire reason anybody knows him is because he's the dipshit who was trying to trash talk Cowboy Cerrone and then got his ass knocked out. And ever since then, he literally has not ran shit. He beat Jim Miller by split decision or some shit. It's like, dude, come on. You've been at this for like 5 years, and I cannot trust this fucking guy.
Losing to Damon Jackson split decision, like, bro, come on. That was on us for betting on him to win that fight too. We should have put a lot more thought into that. But
and Austin Hubbard's not that great either. Yeah. Like he beat Michael Figlak or whatever the fuck.
That guy is an idiot, bro.
Yeah, like this is a pretty even fight to be completely honest. But I'm just gonna have to go with Austin Hubbard because it's kind of like a Matt Frevola situation where it's to the point where I just don't trust my money on his ass anymore.
Yeah, we learned our mistake from the last time. But next up on the card, we've got Ihor Pretoria versus Cesar Almeida.
This fight's tough, guys, because I feel like Cesar Almeida really hasn't shown us a whole lot in his fights. Like, yeah, he took out Dylan Budka, but it's like that's not necessarily like warranting to where, oh my god, this guy's just gonna knock everybody in the division out. Like, yeah, it was definitely a very like large step up in competition to fight Roman Kopylov. Like, I will say, for your second UFC fight, that is, you know, quite a respectable opponent. But it's like, you know, I'm probably gonna pick him to win here just because I think he's got more experience as a kickboxer. But like, I just don't really think that this guy's like lock material yet. Like, if he knocks him out, then I'll be like, okay, oh shit. But like, inside of his 2 UFC performances, like, I do like him, but he's got to definitely show me something.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna pick him. I'm gonna pick Cesar Almeida, but as far as betting on him at -400, I think is a little bit too fucked.
Because Ihor Pereira will just randomly pull up on short notice and fuck somebody up who was like a 3-1 favorite against him. Like, I don't think that Ihor Pereira necessarily like sucks cock, but he's not the best fighter, but he's not shitty enough to where I would count him out.
Yeah, and his path to victory is literally just getting Almeida to the ground and keeping him there, and I don't think he can do that, to be honest. I like Cesar Almeida in the clinch when they're like trying to get each other to the ground, and like he has good elbows and knees and shit, so I'm hoping one of those power shots can land on Pretoria's chin.
And the next fight, I believe, is...
Ooh. Okay, Joaquin Buckley versus Wonder Boy.
Bro, this is honestly a tough fight for me to judge, bro, because it's like Buckley is not at a reach disadvantage, and like this is like really the biggest test for him, I feel like, so far. If he can go up in there and like fuck up Wonder Boy, I get he's older now, but like when I watch Buckley versus Imavov, I feel like people with certain footwork and like range and like selections of shots, like they're able to have success against him. And I'm not saying I'm picking Wonder Boy. I'll definitely go with Joaquin Buckley, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not super sure yet how he's going to be able to perform against someone like Wonder Boy, who's used to like keeping range, going in, getting out. I mean, as I said, he's a fucking old man now, but you know, if Joaquin Buckley runs through him or at least dominates him like he did to Rozaboyev, like, he's definitely much better in this division than he ever was at 185.
Yeah, I'm picking Buckley in this fight as well. I know he like almost all of his fights, he's fighting at like a height and reach disadvantage, and he's always still in there running.
He's been at a reach disadvantage pretty much every single fight, and he still finds a way to get on the inside and land shots. You know, I just think at this point, you know, I can't really say that I'm going to trust Wonder Boy's chin to necessarily hold up the most at 41 years of age. So yeah, guys, like I'm gonna have to go with Buckley.
Yeah, and when he gets taken down, he just lays there the entire time. So if Buckley gets him to the ground, I can see him racking up a lot of control time on top. But what is Buckley at? He's at -190. Those are pretty good odds. Up next, first fight of the main card, and I think my favorite fight besides the main event: Roman Deliz versus Kevin Holland. And I'm picking Kevin Holland in this fight, boys. I think Roman Deliz is the type of guy who he'll when you're on the feet and in a firefight, he starts throwing crazy shit and gets crazy. And I think that's exactly where Kevin Holland thrives in, is when the craziness is going on, he's able to find those shots and get to the chin. And I don't think Roman Deliz can hold Kevin Holland to the ground for the entire fight.
Yeah, guys, I mean, I've been on record as not the biggest Kevin Holland fan. Like, I probably picked against him in the 2 cards he's been on this year, but I'm gonna have to pick him in this situation. Like he said, at 185, you know, he has decent power in any division, Kevin Holland does, and I just feel like, you know, it depends on what version of him shows up 100%, because we've seen him go rogue before. But I don't feel like he goes rogue to the class of fighter like Roman Deliz. Like, he's definitely lost to MVP, Wonder Boy. Like, those are both 2 really good UFC fighters. But like Roman Deliz, like, if he loses to him, he might be cooked.
Yeah, I don't know if I can pick him again after that. moving on, we have Jose Aldo versus Mario Batista. This should also be an amazing fight.
I'm gonna have to go with the King of Rio, boys. I think that Jose Aldo is back.
Yeah, I think so too, but I'm not saying Mario, it's going to be an easy fight. Like, Mario Batista is definitely a good striker, and Jose, like, I just don't see him being the King of Rio, boys. He's too raw. He retired and then came back and he whooped, what was his name?
Jonathan Martinez.
Yeah, Jonathan Martinez's ass, bro.
Yeah, boys, I mean, I definitely just think that Jose Aldo, like, he's giving it his all on this one last run, because they've been talking about, like, they're already giving him, like, a pretty decently ranked, like, matchup after his second fight back, boys. So I just think that the King of Rio is going to come in there with caution to the wind and try to take him out, because he probably knows he needs to start getting finishes if he wants to fight for the title.
Yeah, and I also like his newer style when he came back, more boxing oriented than kickboxing. Like, he was focusing on the hands more, and I like that against Mario Batista, so he can get in there, get in close, and land some powerful shots on his chin. But
main event, guys, Alex Pereira versus Khalil Rountree.
Yeah, because fuck that, the co-main, to be honest, boys.
I just have like a really strange feeling about this fight, because I've picked against Alex Pereira virtually every time he's fought at light heavyweight, and I just feel like that one time I pick him, he's going to go rogue and lose. I'm still picking Alex Pereira. I think he can find anybody's chin at this point. I mean, how many more times does he have to prove that? I'm definitely going to pick him to KO Khalil Rountree. And I mean, I know that's not like the most exciting or like, you know, controversial pick ever. Like, you're not picking against the crowd with picking Pereira, but guys, like, I just can't really see the upset here. I hope it's a good fight. I do fuck with Khalil Rountree. Like, he is a good fighter. He brings the pace. He's got good power, good kicks and shit. And I definitely feel like if he puts in the effort and he doesn't get caught, like, I want to see this fight go longer, and I could definitely see this maybe potentially going more than 2 rounds.
Yeah, I honestly hope this fight does go longer, because I want to see a war. It is always entertaining to see Alex Pereira knock somebody the fuck out in like the beginning of the fight, but it's also fun when he goes all 5 rounds and shit, like goes to war with people. So hopefully it goes there. But Khalil Rountree, he is a good fighter. He's good and a good kickboxer. Like, if it stays on the feet, he could do some, like, present some problems early, but as the fight goes on, when Alex Pereira gets his reads in, like, you're pretty much done for.
Yeah,
and I think that goes for anybody.
He's like the fucking Terminator. Like, he's locking in and then fucking just finds a way to catch it.
I think that literally goes for it. If the fight is on the feet and it's in the later rounds, he's going to find a way to take you out.
And boys, who the fuck asked for Pena versus Pennington as the co-main?
Really?
Guys.
We get a 5-round intermission instead of 3. Like, come on, we don't need 5 rounds of piss breaks.
When our juices are flowing and we're fired up because it's fight night.
Yeah, and we just watched Jose Aldo beat the fuck out of Mario Batista and knock him out, and then we have to 25 minutes of this, sorry.
It's bullshit, boys. But guys, I appreciate the support on the videos recently. You know, we've been trying to make sure we're getting the, you know, predictions and recap every week. Like, we're trying to get that in so that we can stay consistent with that stuff. So we appreciate, you know, the guys who are showing support on the videos, boys. We really appreciate that. Drop your picks in the comment if you're fading us on anything this week. Like, I'm always interested to just hear other people's perspective when it comes to this stuff. Like, you know, I want to see who you guys think is going to win as well. So drop those in the comments.
Yeah, thanks for all the support, boys. It really means a lot, and we'll see y'all in the next video.
GCMA out.
Yeah, that was